check this out. Now, I, eh, and I just happen to have right here the Gamerverse Wolverine. So, I love the Jim Lee style X-Men. The Marvel vs. Capcom was just an amazing thing. Obviously the X-Men animated, Marvel vs. Capcom. And then when the Dreamcast came out, the fact that the launch title was Marvel vs. Capcom and then Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was out on Dreamcast, that was like such an amazing time, right? Oh, and I have my Street Fighter, my Capcom characters I could have over here. But anyway, um, when I was a kid, I had the Cyclops from Toy Biz. That was this Jim Lee one, and I remember it had the thing in the back to light up, and he had like a gun. I forget the accessories, but to me that was like a badass action figure because the comics were drawn pretty realistic at that time. Some figures really pulled that off, and their Cyclops did. And this is like a representation of that, but they use that Jim Lee style in Marvel vs. Capcom. This is specifically Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And there's so much about this that is just awesome. I love the overall proportions and scaling. One thing that was very noticeable to me was the height. He did seem to be a bit short. And SH Figuarts figures can be short. And even compared to Wolverine, Marvel Legends Wolverine, this is short. The thing is, though, most people agree there is an SH Figuarts Wolverine coming out, but the Marvel Legends one already looks better. Already looks much better. So, here's another cool comparison. Jackie Chan, which, again, this Marvel Legend seems big because I think this Jackie Chan size makes sense compared to a Cyclops. And I'm following them on Gundam Explained, but there's a Instagram person, action figure seller. I don't know what you call them, but they're selling a peg that you can remove the torso here, put in a new peg that makes him taller because he actually has more height. You can actually get more height out of the plastic that's down there. So you can see when I pull it back, you can see how much taller he could be. And it looks good. People are showing the pictures online. So I have that coming. The guy was selling it for $1 plus shipping. And it's funny because he only did that because there was another guy, bigger seller of these custom things. He was selling it for $28 plus shipping. $28 plus shipping. And this other guy's like, I'll just sell them for $1. So I bought like two because he made two variants. One that adjusts the height just enough, and then another one that kind of goes a little further, depending on what you want. Let me grab something just a second. All right. And just to round out this whole Marvel vs. Capcom thing, here is Ryu. Now, as much as I love these Jada Toys Street Fighter figures, and I have nearly all the ones that are out right now. I think Akuma just came out or something. There's Storm Arena from Storm Collectibles that has a Ryu that looks much more like the Marvel vs. Capcom one, but still, this is really cool then to just to add in the collection. I mean, I have the Marvel Legends Cyclops, and I guess what I'm trying to get to here, and I didn't really make that point, is to me, this is the coolest Cyclops action figure compared to the old Toy Biz or even the Marvel Legends ones right now they come out with. They each tend to have a problem, and so and I don't even collect a lot of Marvel Legends. I just like Cyclops and Wolverine, so I have a bunch of those. But and this Cyclops, and you would have to get parts from all these different Cyclops to make the perfect one. And again, I don't have any major complaints with this yet. I just got it, and I haven't really messed with it too much. Except, again, it's like there's something about him where, yeah, he does seem short. So if we put that peg in to increase the height, that might solve everything. So, and that's a funny thing because I tend to, if you guys follow any other channels or shows I do, when we talk action figures, a lot of times I complain about SH Figuarts because sometimes it doesn't make sense. Like, like the way they designed this Jackie Chan, this is a specific scene from the movie Police Story. But it's just like the shoulders you can only do so much when you're moving them around, and then it just kind of it's really hard to get a good I don't know. It just always looks odd when you're looking at it. It's probably the clothes. Whereas this doesn't seem to have that. The only thing happens to be, down in this area, I'm not a fan of these thigh cuts that SH Figuarts does. Like Wolverine's got a thigh cut, and I guess, yeah, it might break, I guess, this geometry, the sculpt. But it's more noticeable to see. It's almost like he's got these like leg pads, thigh pads. I don't know. And then I'm not complaining about this, but the way they do the underwear thing's pretty interesting. This is a whole other piece. I call it underwear. It's outerwear, obviously. I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on to get this design. Let me check something real quick. Hey, Ultronomus, I was checking just in case someone. Yeah, starting a little early today. Okay, so here's the box. Actually, I didn't show that. And yeah, Gamerverse right here. We see this sort of labeling with even Marvel Legends stuff. So it's very interesting. I don't know if that's just a universal. I'll just do Gamerverse, or that's part of licensing when it comes to Marvel and Capcom, or is it just Marvel? I don't know. But a neat thing that this Cyclops came with that you don't really get too often, but it's like a diorama piece. And that's reminding me how I bought that like King of Fighters diorama piece. Did I show it here? I forget. And I barely touched that since I got it. Anyway, so this is pretty neat because it comes with, and you can see the cardboard is made so you can just stand it. Does it stand? Yeah. And it's an optic blast. So yeah, I guess he would be on this end or that end, but it's supposed to like take up the whole screen, like it did in the games. That's pretty neat. I gotta say, I don't know if I have a place to set it right now. In fact, I feel like I have too much set up already. All right, okay, I'll get that later. So some of the accessories that Cyclops comes with is pretty impressive, actually, because again, I'm a fan when there's a lot of different hands because it gives you so many options for posing, so it doesn't look static. I mean, we have just this hand going forward like this. We have sort of the, I don't know, claw gripping dynamic, but then we have these other dynamic hands. Oh wait, no, that's just the climb one. I meant to grab this other one where, it's just like another hand, and then obviously his either go forth or activate the optic blast. Another thing is he comes with a normal visor, and then this is another visor where like the optic is sort of leaking out, which looks cool. And then there's alternate heads, and it seems like, if I'm not mistaken, so it's pretty neat because not only are there 3 different heads, like I guess mouth closed, kind of a grinning with the teeth, and then mouth opened, and then the optic blasts. But I think they're all interchangeable. Like, let's test it right now. Like, let's say this kind of grinning the teeth. Yeah, and then I can put on the other one. So that means technically he's coming with 2 different blast effect parts that you can use, right? But along with that, 2 different visor effect parts where it's leaking the optic blast, and then or discharge or whatever cool effect, and then the normal. But along with that is the 3 different heads, which is cool. But along with that, and this seemed odd at first, but it makes sense, there are 3 different neck pieces. And each one of these take care of a problem that most action figures have, especially Marvel Legends, more than Marvel Legends, anything. And that's a real proper like head looking up or a proper head looking down. it's really cool. Yeah, let's so if I was to look at both of these, you could see where this one goes down a bit more. This one seems to have a, let's do this. Pull this out. Pull the neck out, which this one, it just doesn't go as forward, or I don't know. That's one where I'd have to mess around with it a bit, but we could try here real quick to see. Like, okay. So yeah, you can really get like like blasting the ground, okay? If I was to pull up, yeah, it's okay. This goes up, but you see how the neck is hunched forward? So let's grab, let's see. Let's grab this one. Okay, now I got to get the bulge. Okay. There's that. Let's see how high that goes. Oh, it just comes off. Okay. So that's not super high up like you would want. I mean, let's see. You know, where he's like, ah. I mean, that doesn't look bad, to be honest, but let's see what the other neck does. And I know it also looks a little odd without the hair on, but we'll do that here in a second. Okay. Okay, there we go. This last one. So that's what the neck peg's doing. That's pretty cool. I haven't really seen that much. So there's 3 neck pegs, and it allows for some extreme articulation, either up or down. Yeah, another interesting thing too is the hair. I really like it. It's something that I've even seen with like the Jada Toys, Storm Collectibles nowadays, where there's more like rubber. Actually, I should put it here. There's more like these kind of rubbery, plasticky pieces. And so for each headpiece, you just change that, and then let's throw on this. Let's see, real quick. Oh, no. Okay, that is something good to bring up here is the hair. It's like you really have to push it in or it could fall off easily. But anyway, yeah, you could really pull off some of those opening animation scenes really well with his articulation and everything. No, they did. So each. I'm sorry? Oh, you know, I was going to take because I didn't know you were. Yeah, I could do it.
Oh, I mean, I have to go get coffee.
Oh, okay.
So I might as well.
Oh, yeah, that's okay because I started early to finish it. Each neck peg actually is double jointed. But what I think this allows is, for instance, there's the Adam's apple that I think gets in the way. And then, let's see. This one's a little tucked in more. Yeah, and this goes down just a little bit further. Yeah, and this is the one that allows it to go up. So it's almost like not only did they have it to where you can get that precise movement, but they even molded it to, I guess, the look depending on that situation. It's really cool. I mean, it's weird how SH Figuarts will decide how to do things because sometimes it does look odd, and sometimes it looks pretty cool. Like for instance, the hair. It would be cool if it was on each one because that's just another thing I have to deal with. But anyway, I mean, this is great. I just can't wait to get that little peg piece to put in because then that will extend them up a little bit. So, but yeah, I think that's about it. Again, looking at Cyclops next to Ryu just to get an idea of that. And it, you know, it's cool too. I have the Gamerverse Ryu, and I do have a Marvel Legends, what do you call them? The 1/18th scale of a Cyclops also. That's pretty neat. I don't know. There's something about this stuff. Oh yeah, the rubber hair. So this is more of a plasticky, and this is more of a rubbery. So it's interesting that they do that. Like this whole thing is all rubber. His gi, isn't that what we call it?